The devastation of Hurricane Ike was 5 years ago, but there are still people struggling to pick up the pieces today. Isaiah Carey went out and spoke with a woman who says that lining up buckets in her Southeast Houston home is just a matter of routine. Isaiah?
Well, Don, if you ride along 288 or 610, all you need to do is look into some of the neighborhoods and you'll see them. Blue tarps still on roofs, even though Ike is long gone. Maxine Golden is one of those people. It's been nearly 5 years since Hurricane Ike made its presence known in Houston and the surrounding area. And nearly 5 years later, there are still sites like this. Homes damaged by the storm with blue tarps, or so-called blue roofs.
Well, all this pulled down, and this damage here.
Maxine Golden is an 83-year-old who felt the wrath of Ike back in 2008. Her home, needless to say, is still in dire straits.
Well, I have holes mostly from the front. There's no holes from the back. My bedrooms, all my bedrooms right now is safe. It's mostly from my living room where I have the damage.
On the outside, those big holes are evident on her aging and damaged roof. The weathered blue tarp would only last so long as a temporary measure to keep the rain out. Despite the damage we see today, back in 2008, Golden says FEMA did an inspection of her home and denied her any federal funds to replace the roof. Devastating news to a widow who lives alone on an income that can barely be called fixed. And when she went to 3 different community organizations for help, she was told this.
They gave me information to go to the city. And when I called the city said they had ran out of money.
When you walk into Golden's home, it will actually make you cry to know a senior citizen has to live in these conditions. A huge hole in her ceiling in the living room. It's where rain has eaten away the sheetrock inside. She has a full assortment of buckets and garbage pails when the rain comes.
While the water drips, I put out buckets to catch the water. So I just manage.
Even years after the storm, that some of our constituents are still faced with blue tarps and blue roofs. And if you take an aerial view of a helicopter view for some of our communities that were very affected by the storm, you will still see blue roofs that are present in the city of Houston.
Houston City Council member Wanda Adams, we spoke to her by phone. She says the city is patiently waiting on more federal funding to address the damaged roofs that remain in Houston well after Ike. Adams, who represents the district where Golden lives, says while it will take time, there is hope.
There's some money that's coming down, which we call our disaster Ike relief funds, that are actually coming to the city of Houston, so we can help eliminate some of those issues that are still affecting our constituencies.
In the meantime, all Golden and her neighbors who also have blue tarps can do is sit and wait. Wait with a keen eye on the local weather report, because she has to stay ready to put her buckets in place. Now, exactly why so many people fell through the cracks and still have damaged rooftops is unclear. However, we do have a ray of hope for Mrs. Golden. Councilmember Adams' staff has asked city workers to at least place a temporary measure in place to keep the senior from getting wet again. That temporary measure may be another blue roof. In the newsroom, Isaiah Carey, Fox 26 News.